lanes. There's no need for the lanes.
Doom's teamfight is reliant on hitting RPs, getting Doom onto Oracle or Enigma, picking off, like, if Enigma and Oracle, if they get picked off early in the fights, Boom ID can swing a couple of good skirmishes here and there, then I think they can ramp up and scale with their power and the greater cleave to potentially accelerate fast enough to keep up with the Shadow Fiend, the Ursa Warrior, in that early game. I think I think I agree with you though. The speed at which FNATIC play and the speed at which this draft can play line up really nicely with their item timings. Well, they're trying to warm themselves up. You know what's cooking. Boom.
Okay, at least they are putting voice lines, right? So that means the morale is high, even though it shouldn't be.
Sure. Even a clown must smile if he's got tears in his eyes.
You call them Boom ID clowns. Jesus Christ.
You just did. I didn't say anything.
Jesus Christ, man. This is why you can't... Oh, my God. Caster...
One casting qualifiers.
With me, of all the people.
Good first blood. A rotation with the smoke. Catches FNATIC a little bit with their pants down.
Not totally with their pants. That was a good play. But then again, how long is, you know... This is the way to do it, right? You have to try to take advantage of the Enigma not being in lanes and put pressure wherever the Enigma is lacking. So ideally, Ice would be the place to put the pressure. But it's just so difficult.
Night Stalker is such a good pick this game. My God. I was thinking about like the AoE silence against Ember Spirit, super nice. The nighttime punching against the Jakiro, against the Magnus, really handy because you can hunt them in the backlines, right? But it's the vision reduction. The fact that Doom, Magnus, Ember Spirit, they need to catch a glimpse of people to be able to get their spells in onto this Oracle and Enigma. Like I was saying, you need to be able to get the numbers advantage by pumping as much as you can into this Jabs and DJ duo. But if you don't have the vision to do it, if you can't see where you're going, if you're blinded by the Night Stalker, you're not going to be able to start these fights off well at all.
The positive thing you could see, oh no, because you do have the Enigma right to cover your lane for the beginning, so that means that ISS should have an okay lane because the range could always be taken away. Yeah, even ISS will have an okay lane. We'll see how this goes. Like, maybe Mikoto can surprise us and evade every single raid that's on to win the lane against this shot. You know, you have Sleight of Fist build that might help you, but yeah, no, you have to go for the fight. We'll see. No, the playstyle for Puma was good last game. Maybe this game their playstyle is fantastic as well, and maybe they can overcome the issues in the draft and prove to us the draft is only part of Dota, but playstyle is what really determines it.
Yeah, Magnus is dragging waves back, so he'll be able to kind of reset lane equilibrium. Does put Doom under a little bit of pressure from that Oracle. Like they'll finally pull that wave across. But you've got DJ's Enigma back in the jungle farming. Night Stalker has a double wave now coming towards his own tier 1. While Abed, big dive by Mikoto, pretty aggressive from the Ember Spirit in that mid spot. Looking for the triple raises. Abed, he must be bringing mangoes, right? He has to, yeah.
No mangoes, and the curry is dead as well. Little pig turned into ham. I mean, that was not mango, that was a tango in itself. Or no, sorry,
no, the SF got mango.
Oh, the SF? Yeah. The SF, sorry. I thought you meant the curry.
No, it was a big bit. The Diet Courier came with, with mango and salt.
I was confused as to what you... But the curry died.
The Radiant one.
The Radiant one died, the pig, yeah. So that's the... Yeah, like if this was difficult to begin with, imagine playing the lane without region now. You only have a salve. This is your region. This region is the region for the next 3 minutes, I think.
Unpossible.
New word.
Oh, nice. Animation cancel.
Anything.
Alright, yeah. The fake pump.
Yeah. Abed is just playing around with him. He knows this lane is so favorable for him. He's actually not even caring about the... Wait, look, Chokam comes in and he can just kill him. Free kill. It's nothing. Can't kill. Though, with a double damage, that should be enough to kill off Abed. There's no TPs. Abed acknowledges this. Fairy Fire, though. Oh, is he going to make it? No. Jakiro gets the last hit with a double damage.
Still, 2 hero rotation, a double damage rune, and losing your Magnus in that 3v1 is pretty atrocious.
Yep. So Jakiro gets the kill. Ember does not get that much golden experience out of it.
And Ember doesn't have a courier to bring out his Wraithband anyway, so he's going to have to make the long walk home. He's got a salve, but I don't even think...
I think he might want to have a tactical death here.
Is he just dead? Salve might get cancelled by Abed. There's the hit.
Oh,
Raise.
Nice dodge. Okay, so he doesn't want to die for now. He's considered his options like, I want to live.
Like, what does he do? He wasted the salve. He's got to go home, surely.
Well, yeah. There's nothing.
Oh, it's Jackie Boy bringing stuff to him. Oh, it's Magnus.
Ah, this is the play.
There's a salve and a mango for you,
When
buddy.
you don't have a courier, you use one of your supports.
Right. During this pause, look at where Boom ID heroes are right now. Doom, jungle. Magnus, mid, saving Ember Spirit. Jakiro trying to maybe pull or stack down bottom lane. Sven is the only hero playing lane right now. Fervian is the only one getting farm. There's a group of 4 dire heroes on that CS chart, just behind the Sven, farming pretty quickly for FNATIC. Things not looking good for Boom ID.
Yep. The Sven is all you need, though, theoretically, with the Magnus, right? That's the goal of your lineup.
Sure.
I mean, the only thing you have, so you better play well.
Doom just can't show his face at all. Jabs will spot out Joker. Level 1 skewer, not able to accomplish too much.
It's just you also have, like, Magnus is not the best hero at punishing his enemies. He's not the best hero in lane either. So you have a Magnus that is just wanting to get the levels for empowerment. That's his whole use this game. So it's hard for you as well to try to take advantage of the one weakness in FNATIC draft against yours. You enjoying the challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder how quickly DJ is going to have this Helm of the Dominator. I'm guessing Nightstalker has the Ring of Regen for DJ. So the 1,000 gold he's already saved up, well on the way to that Helm. 6-minute timing might just be hit. Top lane, MP takes down FBZ as Jabs helps him pummel the Doom into the ground. Again, not a lane that he can show up to. While Joker will try and pull the wave back in between that tier 1 tier 2 mid area. Still going to get contested here. The spell off the haste, and DJ with a lot of Eidolons with the Malphite might be able to finish him off, but a quick skewer off to the side buys some space and time, and skewering back to safety. But MP wants to cut him off. Don't think he'll be able to.
They both have moves.
Right in 20 seconds.
He goes for FPT instead. It's like, well, easy to kill. Our Venom is on FPT. There was a TP from Jakiro on the mid lane. Emperor Spirit dies, and Kesky completes a TP. Company can fight this. That far actually hurting FPT damage quite a lot. The Shockwave bringing him back. He's just being kited around. Attacks whatever he can see. He needs Jabs to actually charge up a stun for him. Jokum in this play goes to the skewer. Thrown away. Jokum will lose his life with this. MP gets what he wanted, but he loses the boundary in the process. However, Jabs at least able to get his.
Someone go play the lane top, please. There's a creep wave that needs farming. I'm surprised MP doesn't just TP to the tier 1, honestly. He's going to go walk the long way. But yeah, Ember Spirit mid, dying solid to the SF. We don't catch it.
Because we were watching it.
Yeah, of course. But it's expected. Abed absolutely crushing this lane. Mikoto doesn't really have a response to it.
I'm giving you credit wherever I can because it's such a difficult lane.
And now with the catapults, we've got Helm of the Dominator. Yeah, it's here. Pre-6 minutes for DJ, so they get the double catapults going bottom lane. Jabs Oracle. Looks like it'll be fine, honestly.
Yep.
And that deep ward watches Doom every step of the way, so FNATIC know exactly what's happening in that box. They know there are 3-4 heroes there. Bottom lane. Don't expect the FBZ rotation to happen. Fervian trying to clear out the catapults and the creep wave. With that God strength to stop the push. Good swift movement from Ice. Realizing that the rotation will be coming, but it's a more northern smoke here from the Jakiro and Magnus. Ice not expecting 4 heroes to be down here.
He's gonna die here probably, even though it's nighttime, so that's a lot of your nighttime wasted. Good kill there, actually, by Boom ID. That's leading in farm and leading in the board.
It still doesn't feel good though. Like, yes, it's a kill, but you're splitting it 4 ways. You've left top lane completely open with catapults to pile onto tier 1. You defend your bottom tier 1 though from the double catapults, you know, Enigma's first rotation doesn't pay off, but he just goes back into the jungle like, when I get level 6, I'll come back stronger than you could ever imagine. Well, the Shadow Fiend, complete free lane mid. 3,200 net worth. 1,200 ahead of the Ember Spirit. The regen involved.
It's always one that he has a lot of net worth is more than the Ember Spirit has nothing, right? Like, he is 200 above the Doom, who's also very poor. And Enigma's beating both of them, by the way, just with a simple Hamlet dominant. Up top, they actually get a kill. MP destroyed FBZ. Eddie's going straight for those drums. He's actually matching this man in terms of farm, which is the one saving grace, I guess you could say you had. The Magnus still doesn't have levels in Empower. In fact, Jokam is only level 2. Is this? No, he's definitely below the levels of the other supports. You need to start getting points in that Empower review. I don't know. I'm careful with this fan.
You need points in Empower. He does, but can't.
Yeah. How much use? I guess you want to have some use as a support. Maybe as just an empowering machine. The Sven is just not as effective. You make him farm so quickly, but you have to trust the Sven can do everything for you. It's literally a 4 protect 1 thing.
Ember Spirit very much going to have to be that space creator. Get the magic damage going. Now he's level 6. Maybe try and find some kills off the back of a nice rune. It is a double damage bottom. If the Ember Spirit can get there in time, but Ice cutting them off at the pass. Cube grabs it before the NS can. But again, you just take a quick glimpse of this. Fervian farming in the jungle, not playing the lane, can't shove the tier 1 because DJ defends it. Mid lane Oracle given plenty of space here to get some levels under his belt, while the Shadow Fiend accelerating through the jungle with the level 4 razors, clearing camps very speedily. And Ursa Warrior has drums completed, so it is...
That's really good timing. Drums and phase, by the way. So.
It is not a Greaves build on the Shadow Fiend, though, worth pointing out. Not going to go for that tempo build, instead going for more of the... more position 1, I guess, Shadow Fiend, going for the stats, going for the S and Y, potentially.
I don't like the tempo build with Garden Greaves, but I can see the point for the stats, because you want a second point of contention for the Sven in case it gets out of control, right? And the Shadow Fiend doesn't match his form, but...
If you get doomed, especially...
Yeah.
If you doom the Ursa, FNATIC are reasonably happy. If you doom the SF, if you go to the Greaves build, that's a real sad moment. Whereas if you go for the right-click build, the Shadow Fiend can get doomed and just stand his ground and fight, no problem.
It's a very good point as well.
Courier?
Are scanning.
Oh, got it. He's got it. He's just believe.
Come on, fly a bit faster,
believe. Go, in, no, exit.
No, he stopped believing. Ice, you can't stop believing.
Don't stop believing.
The other TP is not even forced to use it. By the way, he doesn't look like a nice dog. He looks like a butterfly. But it just looks like a butterfly.
Sorry, I was singing Journey.
I know you were singing. I was completely glossing over that for a reason.
Oh, that's just ice. Diving tier 4s doesn't give a damn. The SF after Requiem. Abed says, cool, I'm going to run away. Jab surviving.
Oh, okay, that's the skewer. And the Doom. Anti-root. They still take it.
Takes it in remnants away, but they lose.
Doom.
Yeah, they lose the Magnus and Doom the ability, yeah.
Yeah, not the hero, sorry.
Do they get double bounty in bottom as well? Or did Sven take one?
So,
no, it looks like Ice and... No, Sven did take one. He did.
Bottling always. It gets me every time.
Uses me.
They should have a different icon for that. DJ?
He black holes this.
Yeah, minute pulls first.
Where's Ice? Come on, Ice.
Waited his full time. He's gonna die to this though. I see why he needed the extra damage. I don't know. I know he black holes this, but there would need to be a TP or something.
Yeah, I thought he would have enough damage there, but God's strength.
It's very.
Makes you super tanky. Had
even with minute pulse, you know, like.
And the Echo Saber, of course, helping out nicely.
Yeah.
Sven TPing top, realizing bottom lane has no tower, no way for teammates to come and defend him. They'll take over these couple of camps and try and defend that top tier 1 as the waves come in. He'll clear them out and pull back to farm, while Ember Spirit tries to get free reign of the rest of the map. But a level 11 Shadow Fiend has plopped himself down near that mid tier 1 with a catapult behind him. Very tanky boy. Strength Treads puts him up to like 1500 HP basically with those double Wraith bands. Got smoke from Jabs? It's warding mission, that's why. Yeah, he's off warding. I like this.
The warding mission for Jabs. I mean, yeah, smoke for warding is important. They're gonna go for deep wards though if you do the smoke, right?
Whenever I do this, I've got the Pink Panther theme in my head. You know, traipsing through the jungle.
Please do not sing that too. We already had Journey. This is enough. We had the song quota.
You know, you're just hoping the smoke doesn't break.
Here comes the butterfly. Ice, ready to kill Kevascue. There's the ice pack. Stopping some of this initiation as MP murders this Ember Spirit and Cold. Or me, Hot Blood, we'll see.
Oh, that's bad. That's real bad.
He thought he could get away.
Huh?
But he had another spirit there.
Where was his... So was his
I think he misclicked. I think he forgot he had another spirit or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Yikes.
I didn't actually see it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, he ran straight back into the waiting arms of the teddy bear.
The Ursa was also very confused, like, okay, I'll murder you, sure.
I'm going to win range and get out of your searing chains. Easy peasy.
Yeah, no problem.
5k lead for FNATIC.
He's not even going for BKE, by the way. He's going for straight bash. This is the typical build nowadays, but it shows that you're dominating.
Oh, no, so yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it is a very confident build. If you're starting to lose ground, you usually go for the blink first. Especially against heroes like Ember, right? But not against Sven.
And you've got Earn on Night Stalker. Nighttime in 2 minutes should be the timing that they try and play around. So Boom will use the next 2 minutes to try and pressure as hard as they can. They start off onto the Night Stalker. Has the Oracle behind him with a false promise there to save him up. The RP not going to come through thanks to the AoE silence and Ursa. Doomed up. RP now lands, connecting onto either side. They have caught the one man. But objective-wise, they can't really push for more here. Tier 1 full HP. They're going for it. Glyphed up immediately as Mikoto does grab DJ down bottom, who was looking for a split push on the side lane down bot.
That worked nicely for them, and Sven is a very important hero here. Ursa used the enrage a bit too early. Again, they actually catch the the Sven, no. So Sven's actually doing a very good job. He's maintaining his team afloat literally. His hit back must be hurting, because he is carrying them hard right now. There's nothing else the Ember can really do here. The Doom has actually gotten some pretty solid Dooms though. That Ursa Doom and earlier the SF Doom, right? Deterring these heroes from doing anything. So
they defend their tier 1 mid though, that's the big thing. Boom, like I was saying, during this daytime, they've got a minute remaining where they need to get objectives. All of these dire tier 1s are still standing. They need money in their pockets and they need it now. Because come nighttime, you're going to have Enigma with his black hole ready, Catapult already grabbed up, Night Stalker has that Earn, wants some charges on it, so you can definitely feel that the offensive nature of FNATIC's draft is going to come to fruition. He has like Skewer, right? Oh, dearie me. Well, my boy.
He knew that if he skewered there, the Ursa would just get in front of it, right? So he just take him with him for a trip.
Under attack.
So there was not really a chance. It's unfortunate.
What's Doom doing?
Sanjay and Yasha for the SF. So that helps a lot against the stuns that the Aiming team could have, and sharing chains in general as well. Tower resistance very valuable on this Shadow Fiend. Also tanks the Doom much better. And then he's going to go for the BKB now. So the typical... I love this. This is my favorite taunt of all time. The BKB now has the next item, helping him deal better with the magic damage Boom ID can put out. And not to be stunned by the Sven and kill him. But they need the Ursa. Oh, the Ursa Basher here. They have the Ursa Basher. Now it's time to fight the Sven. Ursa should be able to win the matchup against Sven now easily with Basher.
The Basher, the Black Hole, the False Promise.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Abed with
attack.
S and White done, like you were mentioning, status resistance in towards that BKB, and I'm guessing he'll go for the kind of Daedalus Satanic build. Oh, maybe Scardy. Scardy's real good here with the Shadow Fiend against the Sven.
Scanning.
And the Ember Spirit.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Magnus
under
going
attack.
deep for a bit of a warding mission. Does get some vision down. Enigma lone push that bottom lane.
Radiant's middle
Will
tower
have to
is
contend
under
with the
attack.
Ember Spirit, who does come down to defend it. As the top tier 1 falls, they do move forward. Doom onto the Shadow Fiend will delay his initiation. That's the perfect Doom. But they've got the Sven isolated completely. Magnus is there with a potential for an RP. A turn, a fight from Sven with a black hole. Connects right on time onto the Magnus as well. And Skewer is stopped mid-cast. Shadow Fiend survived through the Doom, and FNATIC now run rampant, charging forward, looking for additional bonus kills. Jakiro will be handing them one. And Ember Spirit with one remnant might be an additional one. 2 seconds for another remnant, he'll be fine. He's alright. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, Ember. Doom, definitely worried. Big worry. Night Stalker, he's hungry. Nobody's following them. Night Stalker, unfortunately, no backup.
Can we just point out how the Magnus there tried to bend the bull, or bend the skewer, I guess, around the black hole to stop it with, and he just got stuck. Like, oh my god, gravity! Oh,
Whoopsie.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he had nothing else to do there, but like, it was an attempt. We said.
Attempt equals made.
Yeah, you know, you miss all the shots you don't take, right? So sometimes you also miss the shots that you take, like in that case. You're gonna find a PZ with the Basher ready. No Basher just yet. They don't need them. The damage. Oh, finally. MP gets one, gets the kill, and the tower for free as well.
Yeah, this is starting to really come to fruition. The outdraft, the outlaning, the outplaying. FNATIC just on another level to Boom ID, it feels like, in this series and in this game in particular. The map is closing in around them. The walls, they're moving. Claustrophobia kicking in for Boom ID. Got nowhere to go. Sven has one captive farm. Luckily for him, it's stacked, but... where do you move? Like
when that's your saving grace, like luckily for it, like cap stacked.
So the thing is, right, when you're being pushed in like this, you can see the ward coverage from Boom ID, especially the jungle ward they have to the west of their shrine and the one kind of in that middle lane near the river. Usually you want them a little bit further out to watch for the ramps and the entry points, but these, I mean, yeah, it gets dewarded anyway. These wards are very defensive, very, very passive wards, just looking for any kind of vision they can have. Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is the way you're supposed to play though, these kind of drops. You have a very bad early game. You have to withstand the Ursa's power and the peak of the Shadow Fiend. And he goes for this build that actually is better for the mid late game as well, so that's also important. There's not such a power peak. What might he just need to live? Like, they need to survive as long as possible so that Sven can somewhat get farm and this gets the late game. This could be a problem because they have Basher on the Ursa now, so Fabian had the first to turn us around and rage use, but the RP plus the Doom. The gimmick check, false promise committed to this Ursa, plus a bit of healing.
He's standing in the fire.
Yeah, he was, and the Stormhammer actually hits both. The Ursa is disintegrated. And it seems like Boom ID are managing to do the Sven. Turning that around, the high ground was very well played, and now the exercise with the area silence for now, flying like a free butterfly living. And he's gonna live to see another night, I guess.
I sure will. Yeah, FNATIC going high ground into the darkness. Not ideal when you have no blink black hole, you don't have your teamfight ultis really readily available. Good skewer back with RP, the Doom onto that Ursa Warrior, taking it completely out of the match. And this is what Boom, are built to do. That's what their draft is meant to accomplish. These big teamfight wombo combos. For them there, it's a good-looking fight because they get a couple of kills. Ideally, as the game progresses, though, you get the blink on the Magnus, the Sven gets mobility, you catch a couple in the RP, and Sven absolutely annihilates them. But Sven will not be doing any annihilation from the grave.
Yep, that was a really good catch there by FNATIC. That managed to balance out things because all you need to do is stop Sven. Like, this is your goal on FNATIC, so any kill on Sven is super valuable. MP is now going to take this Roshan in. Look at this build. We haven't seen this in a while, but I like the Ags. Cooldown reduction to deal with the Searing Chain Spider and the Stormhammer, which has been the bane of your existence, together with the RP as well. So, the only issue is you still cannot cast the Rage while doomed, right? World Ags, so you have that problem to deal with. But then if they're wasting Doom on you every single team fight, you have an SF that is happy not to be doomed. Literally, he's dancing with the...
Well, so you're allowed to do it?
Yeah, I'm not singing, I'm just copying SF. Now it's an impression.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Night Stalker Hand of Midas. Look, he's switched away from the Medallion Soul Crest idea he had and in towards the full Spirit Vessel. Ice. Oh, he's changed back again. Flip-flop, changing his mind. But Abed has also changed his mind. He does go for that Satanic after the Sanjan Yasha, skipping over the BKB for now just to get that status resistance kicking in.
It is the new build. We've seen a lot in Razor, right? But SF can also build that up, and it actually works really nicely for an SF build.
All of these agi carries, they started off on PA being very popular.
That was so stupid. I remember that. When PA was strong, though, right? And this build for SF is similar to the build of Grief.
Bottom.
Well, I mean, why are you calling this out? Just joking. He's been dying left and right. The poor guy.
It's a kill for FNATIC.
It is, but it's just a Magnus that it's just not having it.
Not just a Empower and RP are...
It's true, not having Empower is actually pretty huge.
I think the RP is even more meaningful because that is their one big teamfight ulti. Like, Doom is single target, Sven has all the damage, but they need RP onto one of the cores of FNATIC just to make sure that they die. Make sure they are dead.
Yeah, I see your point. It's also the best way to deal with a Night Stalker or the Ursa when it's jumping to you, assuming Night Stalker's not a silence turned up, right? So, okay. But now with the Ursa as the Ags, RP will stop being so relevant. The Ursa Ags are going to really turn this around. I'm trying to think the BKB is ready on Fervian, by the way, so they should be able to hit Abed now. No blink, and they give up. Instead, going for the Enigma seems like it's more easy and reliable kill.
Yeah, with the tier 1 bottom still standing, you don't know if Abed has an additional 3 heroes coming in to back him up. So Enigma having already blinked down to the low ground, and make sure they clear up the much simpler kill. Magnus nearly has this blink dagger. This is a turning point for Boom ID. They are 8k in the hole. But it doesn't matter that much when you've got this wombo combo and a couple of good scaling cores in the Sven and the Ember Spirit. Ember who nearly has his Maelstrom done. And Sven, of course, with that 10-second BKB.
Thanks to that.
This is probably the peak for Boom ID right now. At least one of the main peaks. 22 minutes in to go and fight.
Yeah, but the Embers, I guess you could call it the peak. Since Sven is a super form right now, you still need to take advantage of the fact that he is above the Shadow Fiend. And the Empower has managed to keep Mikoto somewhat in the game. He would be much less farmed, even though he's not doing that great already, if he didn't have the Empower to help him. The Maelstrom also helps him farm it further. And this is the transitional item. You mentioned this yesterday, right? You need the Maelstrom just to transition into whatever else you want to build that's important. Really. It's still a difficult game for Boom ID, but honestly, they've been taking some pretty right team fights. This was what we were talking last time. Like, their draft might not be ideal, but the playstyle has been on point this game. And now they've demonstrated again taking a duel on the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend can't really do much here. Sven wants to join the fray, and he coming in with the black hole from behind. Catches 3, and that black hole completely nullifies Boom ID initiation. It's only Sven who's hitting now. He's lost his teammate as Ember has been silenced and destroyed. Sven has gone down already, and Mikoto managed to at least get the kill onto the Oracle before he himself falls down. Perhaps not. The remnants are getting him enough mobility to TP back home. Mikoto played that well, but a black hole which completely cancelled Boom ID.
You have to be so very clear.
Blink reveal as well.
For who?
For the Enigma.
No, he's had that for like 4 or 5 years now. Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah, they've known for a long time. We talked about it at the end of the draft. You've got to be very clear about your targets and who you go on. The Oracle and the Enigma are your targets. If you do not get one or the other, the team fight is likely going to swing the other way towards FNATIC. And Boom ID, they go in, they catch the Shadow Fiend, it looks okay, but Oracle's there to save him, and then Enigma is there to save the Oracle. So they have this chain effect where they have 2 heroes winning the team fight that are untouched in the battle because Boom focus on one of the cores. It's just not something you can do. I don't think you can go in expending Doom and RP and the jump from Sven and Ember Spirit just to catch the Shadow Fiend. You need to know where the Enigma is. You need to be able to kill off that Oracle before False Promise, or else the fights will just swing out of your favor every single time. It's really speedy by FNATIC. You've got to say, their reactions are very fast to get 5 heroes into that mid lane, but they were positioned ready and waiting for the defense of the mid tier 1.
I mean, the Enigma had a great positioning there. He blinked right into the middle of that backline, essentially. And this is the issue as well when you play the kind of 4-1, which is usually Sven is leading, right? And he's far from your team, usually, because you don't want... If he gets caught out, it's fine. To some degree, because you can still say him. If the rest of your team gets caught out, it's a problem. And in that case, that was actually taken advantage of by FNATIC, because they dived a bit too far. They were like, what, around here when the black hole caught him, while Sven was, what, more or less here? That is quite the difference to be matched, and you can have 3 heroes kind of cut off the Sven so he can't help his teammates, while his teammates just die in the black hole. No need for the fall off the lane.
A jump out of the Stormhammer by that Enrage. MP's Ursa will dodge away from danger. No real team fight though.
That Axe is going to make a huge difference for MP. Now he's going to get Blink as well, so he has the Enrage constantly, so he can use it offensively much more, and there's no way the RP is catching him.
Yeah, there's Blink into Abyssal more likely than not there. Yeah, that's stunned down to catch Ember Spirit, who has no defensive items. He's building a BKB, but that's not going to save you from the bashes or the Abyssal from Ursa, who walks into the Sven, claps the ground. Nice little Fortune's End will dispel off the Warcry.
He thinks twice about this initiation, though. From behind, there's an Ice Dog coming in. And FPZ tries to stun him out. Ice is just playing with vision here as MP. No Blink just yet. Can't counter initiate.
Black hole in 15.
Yeah, they're waiting for that black hole. Probably MP is forced to use it in Rage already.
They can't fight linearly like this. They need to cut the backlines. They need to grab Enigma. There it is. The jump from the Doom. Perfect. Onto DJ. Great jump. Now to Sven to find the Oracle. This is perfect for Boom ID. The false promise just in time from Jabs will keep him up and running. But the Ursa's hunting. Wanting the Sven. A bash will do the trick. One hit. If it's there, he'll get it. The Shadow Fiend's final click will take him down. FNATIC still looking like they're winning this fight, even with the ideal initiation from Boom ID. FNATIC are just standing too tall, too strong. And Ice is toying with his food. You know what's cooking, Jakiro? Eaten up by Ursa Warrior. Munched up by the teddy bear.
FNATIC, they So you're right. That was the right team fight, right? You do have to go Doom the Enigma, but the chase afterwards to kill the Enigma because you want to take advantage of the Doom, perhaps a bit more questionable because they just kite it around, right? You have drums on the earth, so you have better movement speed on these guys. And Shadow Fiend is quite speedy with his Eagle Song already on him.
You need to follow your Sven.
Sanjay Yash as well, exactly. But instead, Sven got kited around like hell. The Ursa was just hitting him from behind, having the easiest time of his life. And the Sven is unfortunately not tanky enough to withstand an Ursa still murdering him, right? He has Blink Dagger now with the Ursa, so it should be coming on his courier. That's going to make a difference as well. That's not going to happen again. The Ursa will not be kited around either.
Shrine time.
It's shrine time. And the butterfly's almost completed Abed, so the only way Sven's going to hit him is through the cleave.
Like, this is so good for FNATIC. Winning that fight, getting a tier 3, getting shrine, and Roshan potentially being available in the next 10 seconds as the fastest spawn. It is all clicking into place for this FNATIC side now. Ahead by 8 kills and 16,000 net worth. What is the damage on the Roshan man? How quickly does he come back up?
40 seconds.
Speedy boy.
I love how you usually people ask them rhetorically, but that is a genuine question now.
I need to know.
You need to know. Well, Roshan, that's the second Roshan, so it'll come with cheese, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's going to be a really useful thing for the Shadow Fiend. Ideally. Maybe in the Night Stalkers, he's not going to get doomed, so he could have the more use of the cheese, and he's also been really frontlining.
Spirit Vessel for Ice 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 is now done against that Doom's regen. Will be incredibly handy.
Is he going to die just at the it is nighttime, so...
Yeah.
You realize that the dark has been used.
Oh, he cancelled TP of Sven. They're all coming in. Ursa and Shadow Fiend are here. Sven's dead.
Yeah.
He has BKB, but he's just still dead.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
He's so dead.
He was dead twice. Excellent.
He's dead.
Yeah, he is. He is dead.
60 seconds.
He's dead.
Roshan time.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because Roshan's up.
And Sven's dead. You okay, buddy? You fine?
Nah.
Am I ruining your brain a little bit?
You ruined my day as a whole.
I'm sorry.
That's so genuine. Will they take the Roshan? Well, okay, Abed finally goes for it. And he goes, well, Roshan spawned rather quickly, let's take him.
I like how Abed was thinking about going bottle treads SNY BKB. And then he's like, you know what?
I don't need the big.
I really don't like BKB as an item. It's boring.
Yeah.
It's for boring people. And I'm not a boring person. I'm fancy. I've got butterfly satanic.
Alright, who do they give the cheese to here? It's Ursa with the cheese. And it's the H. Okay. I don't mind that because technically doing the Shadow Fiend Hunter high value, so he's the one who wants to have the Aegis then. And you let the Ursa have the cheese.
Look where they are, Swordfish. Look where they're playing from.
Where are they playing from? The plateau?
Playing from the plateau. The double ramps, mid and top. Ice is clearing out top wave so they can meet up
class.
and connect onto that nice little line in front of the top tier 3 and the mid tier 3, which used to exist. Now exposing the barracks, of course.
Mm-hmm. The FNATIC lineup just needs to, keep control over this, keep pushing the lines like you always mention, right? It's just we say this every game, but here and here, you put pressure 2 lanes at once. Any team has difficulty dealing with 1 lane pressure. Imagine 2 pushing at the same time, being able to split push as well if you want to. Are they looking for any specific items anymore? No, you're good, FNATIC. You can just keep on going. They have the black hole ready as well.
Oracle's Force Staff, I believe, is coming. There's a lot of stuff on the courier, let's be real. There's Force Staff for the Oracle, Spirit Vessel for the Night Stalker. Ice has an Ogre Axe. Is that a BK?
Yeah. Ice. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, he's going for BKB.
Yeah.
And you need... you're going to have the...
Shrine is under attack.
Nighttime in 4.5 minutes.
That's it. And no, not the nighttime, sorry. The darkness, I was thinking. The darkness for Ice is finally off cooldown, so now just your time to actually fight.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
4.5, that's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, wait for that.
I was just guessing, I'm helping you with your struggles.
English is a hard language.
Oh, it is.
So difficult.
I've got no idea what I'm saying half the time.
Shrine has fallen.
I just, know some words and I phonetically sound them out and hope they make sense somewhat.
You compose them into what seems like sentences, right? Mm-hmm. But you're actually just fooling all of us. Gareth is actually Indonesian. He's part of Boom ID.
Yes. That's me. That's why I'm fanboying them so much.
Exactly. That's why we're bias cast.
They're dealing with triple catapults, or they tried force to do that's a Magnus dead for forever. until that's Magnus dead until the game ends.
And the
You have
flag
to-
of darkness is laid down. It's the Prince of Darkness out.
So, as Boom Idea here, you have two choices. You let bottom barracks just fall and hope the Magnus respawns in time for the mid-rack defense. Or option B is you go in, and it looks like they are not going to go in. They are going to defend the middle barracks, which I think is the wiser option.
Barracks are under attack.
So Magnus
Yeah.
will have another go. He will respawn before the game ends. Boom ID will hold on for dear hope.
It's still a very difficult thing to defend. Like you were saying, this is your option, as if it's a good one, but it's the best out of. It's the shiniest of two charges, they say. Right? FNATIC can still take his melee racks, no problem. Like they can't stop happening. Okay, this is the desperation. That doesn't actually stop the gold from going the other way. Like it still gives him the gold, so it means nothing.
It's demoralizing for the Shadow Fiend, though.
I mean, I think it's demoralizing for the Sven, if anything.
No, this is an Aegis Arbet with Satanic.
Yeah.
No.
He still has 1 minute and 40 seconds left Aegis.
And Sven has no MKB. Two full lanes of barracks going down as FNATIC stamp their mark on the game. DJ is lurking in the shadows, ready for that blink BKB black hole reveal with a 10-second golden shiny god. Does Night Stalker have his yet? He was getting closer. He is very near to that BKB for himself. And with nighttime in 2 minutes, FNATIC don't need to rush. They can slow and steady this. They've got 8, they've got cheese, they've got time on their side. It is Boom ID that needs to make the moves.
That's a
And
desperate play. Oh, GG. That skewer. That skewer was what determined the GG. They were like, you know what? Yeah, it's over.
watch DJ black holing, please. Oh my god, pathetic. You missed the black hole. No one.